All right, here we are at week, wow, 9. It's been a while since I've updated. I missed updating the entire growth phase because it's just been crazy. I've had a lot of work-related schedule disruptions, which, of course, they had to choose growth phase to do it, in which instead of doing 3 workouts a week, I'm doing 4 workouts a week, and they are long-ass workouts, anywhere from an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. So this phase has been the most challenging phase of all of them. You notice I got my hair cut. I've been doing heavier lifting than in the other phases, and just it's because phase 1 worked on building strength and phase 2 worked on building endurance. I was able to go heavier and for more reps during the really long workouts of phase 3, but my body wasn't able to bounce back as quickly, especially working out 4 days a week instead of 3. So over the course of the 4 weeks, although I've improved as far as the amount of weight I've lifted, and I think I'm seeing improvements in the mirror, improvements in size and definition, but I've also suffered some real aches and pains where I've got pain in my shoulder girdles. I strained something in my intercostal here along the ribs, so I had to cut back on my last workout of back as I was doing dumbbell pullovers. I had to cut back the weight almost to nothing because it hurt so much, and it's still sore almost a week later. And the eating has been insane because the frequent feeding model, where you're eating like 6 times a day, number one, it was the first time in the entire program that I actually was feeling a financial pinch from buying all these groceries. And then because I was cooking it all myself, as I say, the schedule related problems I've had, where I've been working overtime and haven't had as much time to prepare. I go to bed, I get off work, I go to bed, I wake up, I start getting ready for work again, and sometime in there I'm supposed to cook for 6 meals worth of food, and then somehow eat like at least 4 of them while I'm at work. It got crazy, and at some point it just seemed like I was taking in a lot of extra calories and gaining fat back rather than actually gaining muscle, because I was having to kind of spitball the amounts of protein and carb. The formulas in the nutritional plan calculator that he has, they don't really work well because he says, I've mentioned this before, the instructions seem to conflict. In one part he's saying you're going to be eating basically all day, and in another part he says, okay, you're not. You're gonna on your off days you're gonna fast. You're gonna do the intermittent fasting again. But then he'll present you with a sample timeline that doesn't show any intermittent fasting. So which one are you paying attention to? And that's one of my points where I'm getting a lot more dissatisfied with the program as it goes on. Is it seems like every workout or every phase I'm running into something new that just doesn't work. He'll present a concept in the text, and then he'll give an illustration of how that's supposed to work, and it won't work that way. There's one of the workouts in phase 4 that I'm just about to start tomorrow. One of the workouts in phase 4, I have no idea what he wants, because it's, he talks about doing as many reps as possible, but then he says to do 30 reps. And, and he talks about between circuits, but he doesn't say that you're actually going to be doing circuits. He says you're going for a total number of reps. So I don't know what he wants. It's so badly described that I have absolutely no idea what that workout is supposed to be. I'll figure out on my own the way I want to do it, but I don't know. I'm getting more and more frustrated, you know, for a program that, you know, I spent money on. The sloppiness of the execution is really, really wearing on me, because, you know, I have kind of a busy schedule. I could figure these things out myself, but the reason I paid $90-something for this program is so that I wouldn't have to figure this stuff out for myself, because he's supposed to have the program kind of locked in. And it's just so sloppily put together that it's yeah, it's really getting on my nerves. Between that and the fact that you know, you buy the basic program, and then he says, well, buy this extra package too. And the extra package includes the nutrition plan, which you would think would be an essential part of the basic package. But it also includes an extra set of workouts for something called a suspension system, which is a workout apparatus that I don't have. And then it also has the offer of personalized coaching. Well, the personalized coaching is an utter lie. There's really no other way to say it, because I've sent him multiple questions about this and that part of the program that I can't understand or that doesn't work, and I've never gotten any kind of reply. So, John, if you're watching this, stop lying to people, or else write me back and help me figure out what the hell that strength density thing is, because you're really starting to piss me off. And yet I'm still following the program, because I am seeing some results. I'm getting bigger, I'm getting stronger. I've had 2 people remark this week on the fact that they can see, either they can see a difference, or that they, one person I never met before but was commenting on my muscle tone. So you know, it seems to be working. It's just, I don't think it's a good value for the amount of money you're paying, and it's certainly not living up to the promises that were made. So we're starting the final phase, which is kind of goes under the catch-all of athleticism. It's kind of bringing in pieces of what you've already done. So you're doing some strength work, you're doing some endurance work, and you're doing just some general body sculpting to take the muscle mass that you supposedly built, and I haven't actually built all that much. Some of it's, you know, there have been some visible changes, but it's not dramatic. And part of that is because I just hadn't been able to follow the nutritional guidelines as closely as I should, because some days I just didn't have time to cook, and I had to spitball whatever meal I could make. And some days I just said, screw it, it's a cheat day. And I had more of those than I intended to. But you know, there's not a lot of bulk. But now we go back into a sculpting phase, and I hope that I lose some of the fat that I've gained during this time, and I really get that nice V taper that I've never been able to achieve. I am bigger in the back and in the lats, so that helps, and I am seeing a little bit of increase in the shoulders, which is good. And so I think I'm going to finish looking better than when I started, but I don't know if the results are as dramatic as he promised. And I will probably, if I do go back to, I'm going to go back to, after this, looking ahead 3 weeks, I'm going to go back to just some basic body weight stuff for a while. And if I do decide to take on a heavy weight program again, which I probably will now that I've got the Batcave all set up out here, it's probably not going to be this program, because this program is so sloppy that it doesn't make sense. So I'll put together something, or I'll find another workout that is actually a little bit more solidly put together and easier to follow, and then we'll see what kind of results we get from that. So that's it for week 9.